If you have a 2015 quarter lying around, don't scroll. This tiny coin has shocked collectors with unbelievably high prices. One rare error piece made people lose their minds the moment they heard its value. Your simple 2015 quarter at home could be the one that changes everything for you today. Welcome back to our channel, where we journey through history, one coin at a time. Today, we're setting our sights on a seemingly ordinary piece of American currency that might just be hiding an extraordinary secret: the 1987 United States quarter dollar. At first glance, it looks like any other quarter you might find in your pocket change, but stick with us, because this particular coin from 1987 has a story that could turn your spare change into a significant windfall. We'll delve into its history, design, and what makes some of these quarters incredibly valuable. You absolutely won't want to miss the grand reveal at the end, where we uncover just how much a specific 1987 quarter could be worth. Let's rewind to the year 1987. The United States was in a period of economic growth and cultural shifts. Ronald Reagan was in the White House, The Simpsons was about to make its debut, and popular music was dominated by artists like Michael Jackson and U2. In the midst of all this, the U.S. Mint was busy producing millions of quarter dollars for everyday commerce. These coins were designed for transactions, not for collecting, which is precisely what makes finding a pristine example from this year so intriguing. Most quarters from 1987 were used, abused, and circulated, bearing the marks of countless hands and cash registers. This widespread circulation is a key factor in why some of these coins, especially those in exceptional condition, have become genuinely rare and highly sought after by collectors today. Now, let's appreciate the classic design of the 1987 quarter dollar. On the obverse, the heads side, we find the iconic profile of George Washington, the first President of the United States. This timeless portrayal, designed by John Flanagan, has graced the quarter since 1932. Below Washington's chin, you'll see the mint mark, which tells us where the coin was produced. D for Denver, P for Philadelphia. The motto, "In God We Trust," is prominently displayed, and the word Liberty arcs above his head, symbolizing the enduring ideals of the nation. This familiar imagery is a constant reminder of American heritage and values, embedded in a coin that has facilitated billions of transactions over decades. Flipping over to the reverse, the tails side, we are greeted by the majestic American bald eagle, perched with arrows and an olive branch in its talons, representing both readiness for defense and the desire for peace. The words, "United States of America" and "quarter dollar" encircle the eagle with "E pluribus unum," out of many, one beneath it. This powerful imagery of the eagle is a fundamental symbol of American strength and freedom. While the design itself is standard for the Washington quarter series, it's the subtle nuances and potential anomalies in specific 1987 issues that transform an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. The striking details of the eagle, when perfectly preserved, are a testament to the minting process and the potential for a coin to transcend its initial purpose. So, what elevates a 1987 quarter dollar from pocket change to a collector's prize? It primarily boils down to two critical factors: condition and minting errors. As we mentioned, millions of these coins were minted, but very few survived the rigors of daily use in what collectors call mint state, or uncirculated condition. A quarter that has never been spent, never rubbed against other coins, and has retained its original luster is a true rarity. Collectors use a grading scale, and coins graded MS-65 or higher are particularly desirable. The fewer scratches, dents, or signs of wear, the higher its potential value. Imagine finding a coin from 1987 that looks like it was just struck yesterday. These unblemished specimens are the ones that command premium prices. Beyond pristine condition, the world of coin collecting is fascinated by error coins. These are quarters that have some kind of anomaly or mistake from the minting process. For the 1987 quarter, collectors are always on the lookout for specific types of errors. These could include doubled dies, where the image or lettering appears slightly blurred or doubled due to a misalignment during the striking process. Another significant error would be a Missing mint mark, though less common for this specific year. There are also off-center strikes, where the coin blank wasn't perfectly centered when it was struck, resulting in a portion of the design being cut off. These unique imperfections are incredibly rare and make each error coin a one-of-a-kind piece, highly sought after by those who appreciate the unique stories these flaws tell. A true error coin can elevate a quarter's value exponentially, turning a mere 25 cents into something far more substantial. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. We've explored the history, the classic design, and the elements that contribute to a coin's rarity. If you happen to possess a 1987 United States quarter dollar, particularly one from the Philadelphia Mint, in an exceptionally high, uncirculated grade, perhaps even a gem like MS-67 or higher, or, even more thrilling, if you are fortunate enough to discover one with a highly significant, verifiable minting error, then you could be holding a coin valued at an astonishing $65,000. That's right, an ordinary-looking quarter from 1987 could be worth an incredible $65,000. So, next time you're going through your change, or perhaps rummaging through an old coin jar, keep a keen eye out for that unassuming 1987 quarter. You might just have a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in American history, the 1965 quarter dollar. A coin that looks simple, but hides surprises that collectors around the world chase with passion. The year 1965 marked one of the biggest transitions in U.S. coinage. It was the moment America shifted from 90% silver quarters to a new clad composition made of copper and nickel. That change created confusion, urgency, experimentation, and mistakes at the mint, and those mistakes are exactly why some 1965 quarters are shockingly valuable today. Now, before we get into the special details, let's take a moment to appreciate the design. The front of this quarter features the classic portrait of George Washington, the same design Americans have carried in their pockets for generations. But on some 1965 quarters, that simple portrait tells a much deeper story. Some pieces show unusual textures, stronger than usual strikes, or tiny distortions in lettering, small clues that something unusual happened during minting. One of the biggest reasons collectors love the 1965 quarter is because this was a chaotic year behind the scenes. The mint was rushing to meet national demand, leading to unusual combinations of dies, leftover planchets, and striking errors. And hidden among the millions of coins produced are rare pieces unlike anything else. If you've ever wondered how a normal-looking quarter becomes valuable, the answer starts with details. Look closely at the date. Look at the rim. Look at the edges. Flip it over and observe the eagle on the reverse. Every shadow, every curve, and every line might reveal something special. Some 1965 quarters were mistakenly struck on silver planchets left over from 1964. These rare coins have a distinct ring, a different weight, and a brighter appearance, and they are some of the highest valued quarters from the entire decade. Meanwhile, other 1965 quarters show off-center strikes, broad strikes, missing edges, or doubling in the lettering. All of these minting mistakes attract collectors who search passionately for unusual pieces. But condition matters too. A regular 1965 quarter that's been preserved untouched for decades, holding its original shine and flawless surfaces, can easily stand out in the world of coin grading. Coins with high-grade details, no scratches, and mirror-like surfaces create waves at auctions. These are the coins that make collectors stop, stare, and bid without hesitation. Think about it, a coin that millions of people once used to buy gum, snacks, or bus rides could today be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, all because of one rare error or an exceptional grade. And even now, people continue discovering valuable quarters in old jars, inherited boxes, or bags of circulation coins. The thrill of discovery is real, and the 1965 quarter is one of the most exciting coins to check. And now comes the moment everyone waits for. The story of one of the most extraordinary 1965 quarters ever found. This particular piece, shining with exceptional quality and carrying the rare characteristics collectors dream about, stunned the numismatic world when it crossed the auction block. The bidding rose higher and higher, and in the end, this rare 1965 quarter reached an unbelievable value of $68,000. We're going deep into the fascinating world of the United States State Quarter Program, one of the most popular and most collected coin series in modern American history. And the star of today's video is none other than the 2003 State Quarter, a coin that millions of Americans used every single day, but only a few people ever recognized for its hidden potential. Stick with me until the very end, because the value of certain 2003 quarters will absolutely shock you. The year 2003 marked an exciting moment in the 50-state quarter program. By this time, the series was at its peak. Families were collecting them, kids were trading them in school, and coin shops were overflowing with people trying to complete their state folders. Every new release brought anticipation, and 2003 delivered 5 stunning designs that showcased different pieces of American history, culture, and identity. That year, the U.S. Mint introduced the Illinois, Alabama, Maine, Missouri, and Arkansas state quarters. Each one carried its own story. The Illinois quarter honored Abraham Lincoln, one of the most influential leaders in American history. Alabama's design celebrated Helen Keller and her incredible legacy of perseverance, making it the first U.S. coin ever to feature Braille. Maine highlighted the iconic Pemaquid Point Lighthouse, standing tall along the rocky coastline. Missouri paid tribute to Lewis and Clark and their historic expedition. And Arkansas showcased a natural diamond, symbolizing the only U.S. state where diamonds have been found naturally. These weren't just coins, they were miniature historical lessons that passed through millions of hands every day. And that's one of the things that makes the 2003 quarters so special. Each design captured a powerful piece of American heritage and turned it into something people could carry in their pocket. But behind all this beauty lies something even more exciting for collectors: rarity and condition. While millions of these coins were minted, very few survived in flawless condition. Most circulated heavily, bumping into other coins, getting scratched in pockets, sliding through machines, and losing their shine over time. However, a tiny number were saved the moment they were released, kept in rolls, sealed in sets, or stored carefully in protective holders. These are the quarters that collectors chase today, because they remain as crisp and clean as the day they left the mint. Then we get to the part every collector loves: mint errors. The 2003 quarters are known for several incredible and extremely rare minting mistakes. Some coins show doubled letters, off-center strikes, missing elements, broad strikes, die cracks, and even dramatic cuts across the design. These errors are not intentional, and because they appear randomly, they often go unnoticed for years. But once discovered, they instantly become valuable treasures. Error coins are special because no two are exactly alike. They're one-of-a-kind pieces that add excitement and unpredictability to coin collecting. Grading also plays a huge role in determining a 2003 quarters value. A coin that reaches the highest levels of professional grading, especially one with mirror-like surfaces, sharp details, and absolutely no marks, can sell for stunning prices. Collectors know how difficult it is for a modern quarter to remain perfect, which is why these coins are treated like premium collectibles today. So if you happen to have a 2003 state quarter at home, don't ignore it. Check the design closely. Look for sharp edges, strong shine, unusual markings, or any imperfections that look like mint errors. You never know, you might be holding a rare piece worth far more than you think. Diving into one of the most visually stunning and historically meaningful quarters released in modern U.S. coinage, the 2014 United States State Quarter, part of the America the Beautiful series. These are coins that millions of people used without ever realizing the secrets some of them carried. So if you're ready to explore the hidden world behind these coins, stick with me all the way to the end, because the value reveal is something you absolutely don't want to miss. The year 2014 was a remarkable moment during the America the Beautiful Quarter program. This was the period when the U.S. Mint was producing some of the most detailed and artistic designs ever seen on circulating coinage. Each release that year highlighted a different national park or monument, turning simple pocket change into miniature pieces of American heritage. Collectors everywhere waited anxiously for each design to drop, and the 2014 lineup quickly became one of the most admired collections. In 2014, the Mint released 5 beautiful quarters showcasing the natural beauty and cultural history of the United States. These coins represented Great Smoky Mountains in Tennessee, Shenandoah in Virginia, Arches in Utah, Great Sand Dunes in Colorado, and Everglades in Florida. Each coin told its own story through stunning artwork, ranging from soaring mountains and flowing landscapes to delicate wildlife illustrations. These tiny pieces of metal carried massive meaning, and collectors instantly fell in love with their artistic detail. What made the 2014 quarters so appealing wasn't just the designs, but the craftsmanship behind them. Every line, every shadow, every texture was carefully engraved to capture the essence of the location being honored. From a solitary cabin in the Smoky Mountains to the soaring bird in the Everglades, the details on these coins were so rich that even casual collectors began looking at them more closely. For many people, the 2014 quarters weren't just coins, they were collectibles from the moment they entered circulation. But now comes the part that makes coin lovers excited: rarity, condition, and error possibilities. Millions of these quarters were minted, but only a tiny number survived in preserved, untouched condition. Most 2014 quarters traveled from hand to hand, picking up scratches, nicks, and wear that lowered their collectible value. But the few that were protected from day one, stored carefully in rolls, held in mint sets, or collected before they ever entered circulation, are now the ones that hold serious value. The 2014 quarters are also famous for surprising minting errors that have surfaced over the years. Some coins show doubling on the lettering, others have off-center strikes, missing details, clipped edges, die chips, and even rare misstrikes where the design appears uneven or distorted. These errors are incredibly sought after because they turn ordinary coins into one-of-a-kind treasures. When an error occurs, it happens by accident, and once the mistake is corrected, that error will never appear again, making those few flawed coins incredibly valuable. For collectors, grading also plays a huge role. A 2014 quarter that earns the highest grade under magnification, showing flawless surfaces, sharp design elements, and mirror-like luster, becomes a premium collectible. These perfect grade modern quarters are far more difficult to find than older coins, simply because modern coins circulate so quickly and get damaged almost immediately. Finding one that still looks like it left the mint seconds ago is like striking gold. So if you have a 2014 state quarter lying around in a jar, tucked away in a drawer, or saved in a coin folder, take a moment to look at it again. Check its shine, examine the edges, look closely for unusual lines, doubling, or anything that looks like it doesn't belong. A tiny detail could be the difference between an ordinary coin and a rare find worth far more than you'd ever expect. Diving into one of the most fascinating pennies from the late 1970s, the United States of America 1-cent coin from the year 1977. At first glance, it may look like a simple copper coin that millions of Americans used every single day. But when you look deeper into its history, its condition levels, its rare varieties, and its surprising desirability among collectors, you'll understand why the 1977 penny has gained so much attention. Stay with me until the very end, because that's where I'll reveal the incredible value that the rarest examples of this coin can reach. The story of the 1977 penny begins in a time when the United States was undergoing major cultural and economic changes. The country was shifting into a new era. Technology was advancing, music styles were evolving, and day-to-day life looked completely different from the decade before. In the middle of this transition, millions of pennies were minted and sent into circulation. People spent them on snacks, comics, gas station items, and anything that cost just a few cents. Little did they know that some of those tiny coins would one day become valuable treasures. The design of the 1977 penny continues the beloved tradition of the Lincoln Cent series. On the front, you see the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, created by the talented Victor David Brenner. This portrait is more than just a design, it's a symbol of leadership, courage, and the story of a president who changed the course of American history. Even though the penny is small, the craftsmanship of Lincoln's facial features, his coat, and his distinctive profile is impressive. Turn the coin over, and the Lincoln Memorial stands proudly on the reverse side. The building's columns, steps, and sharp architectural lines make this one of the most detailed coin designs ever featured on U.S. currency. If you look with focus, you'll even notice the tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, a detail unknown to many people who have handled the penny countless times. This miniature artwork makes the penny more than just money. It's a small piece of American art and history. But what truly pushes the 1977 penny into the spotlight is not its design, but its rarity in high-grade condition. Most pennies from this year were circulated heavily. They were tossed in drawers, carried in pockets, rubbed against other coins, and slowly worn down over decades. Their shine faded, the copper darkened, and the fine details softened. Finding a 1977 penny that still glows with its original mint luster is extremely rare. These uncirculated examples are the coins that collectors search for. They look nearly flawless: sharp lettering, crisp edges, clear details, and an untouched copper surface. A penny preserved like this can be worth far more than anyone would expect from such a common year. Another layer of excitement comes from the unusual varieties and minting errors that some 1977 pennies carry. These errors may include doubling on the date or words, small misalignments of the design, thickness variations, die cracks, off-center strikes, or unexpected metal inconsistencies. These rare mistakes were never meant to happen, but once they did, they created coins that are completely unique. Collectors love these error coins because no two are identical. Each one has a personality of its own, a little flaw that sets it apart from every other coin minted that year. A dramatic error or a clearly visible doubling can skyrocket the value of a 1977 penny well beyond anything the mint ever imagined. Combine that with a high-grade condition, and suddenly, a simple penny becomes a highly sought-after treasure. This is why searching through old savings jars, coin albums, or inherited collections can sometimes lead to wonderful surprises. A penny that has been sitting unnoticed for years may carry a story, a rare variety, or a perfect condition that makes it significantly valuable today. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. If you own a United States of America 1-cent coin from 1977 in exceptional, uncirculated condition, or if you have one with a desirable and rare minting error, its value can reach an astonishing $70,000. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy discovering the secret history and hidden value inside everyday coins, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another exciting coin discovery. Keep searching, keep collecting, and may your next penny reveal a treasure.